That's what they point to, they being the Democrats and anyone that hates Trump. That's what they point to when they say he's a racist. The fact that he said that they're sending us the killers and the rapists. And now we have the numbers to prove it. So will they say, I'm sorry?
Oh, they certainly will not say, I'm sorry. But this is the reality. We have the numbers to prove it, that these are individuals that have carried out kidnappings, rapes, murders. And when you think about how the southern border operates, I literally just got off a plane a couple hours ago from El Paso, Texas, also went into Juarez, Mexico yesterday, and was looking at, okay, what is the situation right now on the ground? I was with someone who's very, very familiar with that area. He's from there, and he was able to identify and point out, okay, these individuals that you see hanging out in downtown El Paso, because of the color clothing that they're wearing and because of the tattoos that they have, in all likelihood, they're cartel members hanging out here on the U.S. side of the border. And you have to understand, the cartels control the border. They are making sure that whoever crosses is getting that payment into the cartels. This is a multi-billion-dollar yearly annual revenue giver for the cartels. Mm-hmm. They're making so much money. And then when you look at, okay, this contingency of criminals, right, well, those individuals are having to pay the cartels more because the stakes are higher
and then
for them to get into the country.
Right. And then over 300,000 migrant children are now missing. Dennis, another big story we've been following closely today. Israel was able to kill Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of the terrorist group Hezbollah. Decades he was reigning terror. Most people would rejoice, but the Associated Press published an obituary titled "Charismatic and Shrewd," a look at longtime Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah, in which they called him an astute strategist and a fiery orator who was also considered a pragmatist. I mean, what do you think about this?
It's absolutely another sign of, I don't know, forgive me for the siren outside my apartment here in Brooklyn. The AP over the last 5 years has turned into the most lib-witted, incredibly lapdog for government Democrat propaganda. It's sad to see. And this was a Middle Eastern based guy who wrote this. And it's like the other, when Trump's forces killed Soleimani, was that his name? Mm-hmm, and they called him an austere religious scholar when he was a terrorist leader. That's the other thing that's bothered me about this, guys, is they keep calling Hezbollah, a militant group, and the soldiers and the fighters. The State Department says it's a terrorist organization. They killed our Marines in 1983, and they've been killing Israelis and trying to ever since. They are terrorists, and they are not soldiers. And by the way, this top guy that they just took out, that's one of 18 I saw in a chart that ran on X today. 18 leaders of Hezbollah that Israel's taken out in recent weeks. And I say more power to them. I wish we had the courage that Israel shows. It's willing to weather terrible international disapproval. And it says we got to do what we got to do.
Military experts say that this guy Nasrallah is responsible for at least 400 American deaths alone. He's in charge of a terrorist organization. And you see a lot of these media outlets, even how they try to portray the war on Israel, October 7th, how they even treat Hamas. They don't want to call them terrorists. They actually try to legitimize them as an organization. Virginia, talk to me about the role the media plays in the Mideast crisis.
Oh, my goodness. And the media does the American people no service when they literally whitewash the news. What's happening here is appalling. These individuals are carrying out the very definition of terrorism. Terrorism is the use of violence or the threat of violence in order to reach ideological or political ends. That's what these individuals are doing. We have to call it like it is. And we have to also recognize what Israel is doing. They've been very clear from the start, from October 7th. We are going to eliminate the threat of Hamas. And I think they have the exact same ideology and idea with Hamas of we are going to eliminate this threat so that we never have that risk of another October 7th.
No, we shouldn't. All right, Virginia and Dennis, thank you both so much for joining us.
Thanks a lot.
And we here at Newsmax will be having special coverage of the anniversary of October 7th. I can't believe it's almost going to be a year. All right, well, thank you so much for watching this edition of The Count. You can catch me tomorrow.